December 1999. The police are alerted to a body found in a home. Officers enter the residence and discover a dead man. Most of his body is covered in burns. The victim is 38-year-old Ronnie Federhoff. A former Marine, Ronnie was the father of a grown son.
They called him a gentle giant. He was a big man. He had a family that loved him. Nobody had a bad word to say about him, just a great guy.
Felton inspects the house and finds clues to what may have happened.
There was blood spatters, blood smears. We had a gas can that was found in the kitchen, and there was blood on it. And out in the backyard, there's a shed. On the frame of the door was some blood. My gut feeling was that this was a murder.
Felton is unsure if the blood belongs to the victim or the killer. Later that day, Felton talks to Ronnie's family. They revealed that the victim had two roommates, Julia Barton and Dennis Sewell.
Dennis had been arrested for a vast array of things, ranging from drugs to larceny and theft and that kind of thing. Julia didn't have an extensive criminal history, so to speak.
5 days later, patrol locates Dennis and Julia together. They are brought in for questioning.
Okay, I'm gonna speak to you about the death of Ronald Lee Federhoff. Do you know Ronnie?
Yes, I do. I was renting a room from him.
Who else was living in the residence?
Julia Ann Barton.
Julia Barton. Okay, what was her relationship with Ronnie?
They've been off and on girlfriend, boyfriend for 2 or 3 years.
Were Ronnie and Julia still romantically involved?
Not to my knowledge.
Dennis says that after a night of drinking, he, Julia, and Ronnie all ended up back at the house.
What happens from that point?
Now there's arguing going on. I've heard it 100 times since I've been there. They get drunk and they start screaming at each other.
This time, the argument was different. Julia threatened to walk out on Ronnie.
And he says, "No, if you leave, I'll kill myself, I'll kill myself." He was holding the gas can. And I seen him pour gas all over himself. That's whenever I see him disappear through. See, there's a bedroom door going into the kitchen.
Dennis says he went to his bedroom trying to stay out of the fight.
He's calming down. I said, "Oh, here we go again. Another one of his want to feel sorry for me kind of thing."
Okay. And what happens from that point?
She's screaming.
What did she scream?
It's Dennis, Dennis, Dennis! Well, at that point, I hear him, and I look in there, and he's on fire. So I grab on him and I'm trying to put him out. Okay, I get him put out, and he's screaming and screaming, oh. Said all he's wanting is a bunch of sympathy now. And that's when I said, I am out of here. I've had enough of this. He said, "Y'all don't have to leave. Y'all don't have to leave." I was talking to Julia. I wasn't even talking to him. Well, I said, "Well, I'm leaving. You come with me or not? I'm not gonna sit here and listen to him whine and want pity all night over this."
Did you ever see Ronnie get the gas can?
No.
Okay, do you know where the gas can was kept?
Yes, out in the garage.
Did Julia Barton light Ronnie on fire?
She's not that type of girl. She's not that.
Felton is still not sure if and how Dennis was involved in the murder, but he believes that Julia played a part.
Miss Barton, you had a relationship with Ronnie, is that right?
He was my fiance, actually. But we have been getting in altercations for the last year and a half.
Right.
We had made a personal agreement just to live together.
Okay.
How did Dennis Sewell come into the picture?
We met Dennis together at a party. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I didn't have an infatuation with this guy.
Did Dennis move into the house?
Yes. I had my own room, Dennis had his own room, and Ronnie slept on the couch. Ronnie would try to sleep with me, and I would kick him out of my room.
At some point in time, did Dennis start coming into your room?
Yeah.
Did Ronnie become aware that you and Dennis...
Ronnie did become jealous of Dennis, big time.
As far as motive, I think that the relationship between the three had a lot to do with what happened.
What we're trying to figure out is Friday night.
This is not on me.
No, it's not.
So what happened?
I get home. Ronnie starts in, and I said, that's it. I'm out of here. And I started packing my and he said, you're not leaving me. You're not leaving me. I will not live without you. The man wanted to die.
Did he get physical with you?
Ronnie pulled out a hunting knife he got from his father. We wrestled over it, and I ended up throwing it. This is how I got cut.
Did you bleed?
Yep.
How did he
He'd never
set
done that
himself on
before.
fire? How'd that happen?
He doused himself in gasoline
Well, tell
in the
me
middle of
what-
our bed. Ronnie had a lighter
Okay.
and said, oh yeah, watch this. And I said, you're bull. And I went to turn around and leave. And then all of a sudden, here's this fireball. I've got burns to prove where I put him out. Home is the safest place to be, right? Till your boyfriend sets himself on fire in front of you.
Did you ever call for help?
No, I didn't.
When he
Dennis
said-
said, let's go.
What'd you do when you left the house?
Went driving around. I can't even tell you where.
It was unbelievable to me that if this were a suicide attempt, that she would leave the house without trying to get him help.
Felton and Huff challenge Julia's story.
How'd you have gasoline in your bedroom?
He went out to the shed and he got it.
Okay, Ronnie did that
Came back-
himself?
Yeah, he did.
Did you ever see Ronnie get the gas can?
No.
Julia insists that she never went to the shed that night.
Why are some people saying that they witnessed you there in the backyard?
Good question. I haven't been back there.
Can you tell me why anybody would lie about that? Can you think of any reason?
I can't think of any reason, but I can tell you that I haven't been back there.
We got a good statement. We've got her locked into a statement.
If she's saying what happened out there and it doesn't match the physical evidence, we got her in a lie. A good lie is the next best thing to the truth.
I was disheartened that she didn't confess, but at that point we had to let her go that night.
Before she leaves, CSI takes a DNA sample from Julia to compare to the blood from the shed. Two months later, Felton gets the DNA results. The blood from the gas can and the shed belong to Julia Barton.
When the lab confirmed that the blood on the gas can and the shed door was Julia's, I was so excited. The DA's office is going to file a murder charge against her because that totally contradicts what she said. I think Julia just wanted Ronnie out of her life. That's how she decided to get Ronnie out of her life. I was happy I was going to be able to tell Ronnie's dad, hey, we know what happened, and the persons responsible are in jail.